everybody, welcome back to another Live on the Scene episode. I'm your host, James. Alongside me, as always,
I'm Andy.
We hope you join us on this journey as we all become Legend of the Nerds. Andy, we are live
Live at Field Days
at
this year.
Field Days.
I wanted to do this last year, but we didn't get a chance to, so here we are this year.
Well, dream come true. Check it off your bucket list, right?
Oh yeah, well, it's been about 10 years since I've been here, because worked here as a kid in 4-H, so it's nice to be back around my peeps, as you call them, my peeps.
Your peeps.
My peeps. So
Every time I showed up, I was always performing.
yes, because Saw Wrestling used to be here.
Yep, I used to be on the wrestling league around this area. These come here all the time. And now I'm here with Legend of the Nerds.
Exactly.
Fantastic,
It's a nice little turnaround.
It is. And looking around, they did have a nice turnout here, huh?
Oh yeah, well, you got to remember, it's for one, it's summer, so everyone has time off. But this is Franklin County's fair, so you're going to get everybody from Franklin County and around coming out to the fair.
Right.
It's big 4-H. 4-H is involved in field days a lot, so you get a lot of that too. You got the dairy, the horse shows. You have the demolition derby was something new. It wasn't here when I was a kid. So that you have the tractor pull, the truck pulls.
Do they do
everything.
that? What's that? Poop scoop bingo?
What?
They do this bingo thing in the Enosburg.
Oh God,
one,
no.
With the cow and the bingo board.
I have no clue. Like I said, it's been so long, so. But
That's what everyone does.
I did
right?
see there's a lot of new buildings around, so that's pretty nice to see.
Absolutely.
When I was a kid, it was mainly all tents. So the fair is evolving over the years. So
I'm just glad that we can be on the scene again, because last time we were live on the scene was at Comic-Con last year.
yes.
So we get to do another on the scene episode, which is fantastic.
Exactly. It's something different.
It is.
So.
Want to get right into it or what?
Let's do it. Let's do the checklist.
All right, start the checklist. Wrestling news.
Yes,
What do we got?
a lot of wrestling news. So, I had to write down half a page of notes here.
Yep.
It's been a while. So we had Monday Night Raw. We have a number one contenders match, Bayley and Sasha,
Yes.
to face Alexis Bliss at SummerSlam. Bayley wins, but her title shot is in jeopardy with a separated shoulder. We'll see where that goes moving along. I told you about the Fatal 4-Way announcement for SummerSlam. It's Brock Lesnar, boo a lot, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, and Samoa Joe. The additional news to this is that Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman are talking about if Brock loses because they think it's such an unfair match with all these super heavyweights in the match.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Paul Heyman will leave wrestling forever. So I don't care which one of these three wins,
But
as long
do you
as
see
Brock,
this gimmick happening though?
Yes.
I mean, this is a gimmick that can go both ways. And that's the one thing. I mean, it's just like your career on the line match. You know.
True.
We've seen it go both ways. What are we seeing? We're seeing Brock not going over the crowd as much as he used to, and WWE trying to get rid of him this way, or what?
It's hard to say. All I know is I really hope Brock loses and leaves.
Yeah.
I hate the guy. He can't wrestle to save his life. And it wouldn't surprise me if this is real. If he's like, okay, yeah, I'm done with it. Because he's done this how many times in the past? So it could be true. That's the thing.
Right. It could be. I kind of hope it is.
I don't even care if Braun Strowman wins.
Yeah.
As long as Brock-
At this point, yeah, I agree.
So they had that on Raw. And the news is for this week's Raw, we get to see another great Roman Reigns Braun Strowman match.
Another one. Huh?
I'm being sarcastic here.
Right.
The only difference is it's a last man standing match. But it's on Raw. So we'll see one weapon, which is a chair. Why
Might see a table.
Why bother having a last man standing match on a PG show?
You don't see a now table or a regular table?
I highly doubt it.
I doubt it.
So we'll see. Raw has been very predictable. It's not that great of a show to watch anymore. The big things are on SmackDown. This is
Right.
why when we had our draft, I let you have Raw and I took SmackDown. We had a couple weeks ago, Kevin Owens, at Battleground, won the U.S. title.
Yep.
AJ Styles got his rematch. But the surprise entrant in this match was Chris Jericho showing up out of the blue, demanding he never got a rematch months ago. And so it was a triple threat.
Right.
Great match. AJ Styles pulls out the victory. So he's now a 2 or 3 time champion. The following week, Kevin Owens gets his rematch. AJ Styles pins him, but Kevin Owens' shoulder was up, and he's complaining in the back, shoving the refs, breaking things. Daniel Bryan says there'll be a special guest referee, and that's Shane McMahon. How are your feelings on a Shane McMahon reffing this match?
Shane is a real talented guy. I think I think it's gonna be a good match with
Yep.
him in it.
What it is I already know what it is. It's a setup because Kevin Owens has been having problems with Shane McMahon.
Right.
It's going to be a setup for a Shane-Kevin Owens match somewhere down the road. That's what it's setting up for. So I see AJ winning the match at SummerSlam.
Oh yeah.
So, but it was a great triple threat match. Anything with Jericho and AJ in it, I'll watch all the time. We also had John Cena came out to Jinder Mahal's request. Jinder wanted to know who would be his next competitor. And old school Cena showed up, basically shoving it in his face and taunting that he's going to be the new 17-time world champ. Daniel Bryan comes out, says, hold your shorts there, hold on there, John Cena. Puts him in a number one contender match against Shinsuke Nakamura. Dream match everyone's talking about, because it's never happened.
Always with John Cena.
And it was a great match. Unfortunately, my boy John Cena lost.
Right.
Shinsuke Nakamura, the number one contender. You even said to me, wow, they are really pushing Shinsuke Nakamura.
They are. Push him hard.
Don't get me wrong. I'll love to see. We got flying
papers out of us.
Flying paper. We got flying
3D today.
Yeah. I'd love to see Shinsuke win. Because, I mean, Jinder's crap.
Yeah.
So, but...
I usually have problems with them pushing certain wrestlers.
Who haven't been there
But
for over a year.
Shinsuke can be pushed because the guy's got a name all around the world.
Yeah, he's got almost 30 years experience.
Exactly. He's a wicked talented guy, so
My thing is,
good luck to him.
What are they going to now do with Cena at SummerSlam? I don't want to see some crappy intergender match like at WrestleMania.
Mixed tag team. Yeah, that's what it's going to be.
I mean, why can't Cena just get that 17th title out of the way?
Yeah.
So, the other thing was your boy Randy Orton, after 3 or 4 times trying to get the world title, Rusev came out saying that he can't be beat, and Orton tells him, well, you never beat me, RKOs him, and walks away.
Right.
So we have a Rusev-Randy Orton match set up for SummerSlam. What's this say about Orton being way on top and literally going almost down to the bottom? Because Rusev, to me, is a mid-level to low-level card.
He is. That's exactly what
And that's what they're doing. I understand what they're doing. They want to see Orton Rusev because it's never happened. But are you saying here, Orton, you just went all the way up to the top, now we're going to make you drop down to the bottom of the ladder?
And fight Rusev.
Exactly.
I don't know.
And is it going to be much competition?
It might be trying to build up Orton's credibility again.
Yep.
Because he has been losing.
True.
So if he can dominate Rusev right away, it might build his credibility back up.
But so you see where I'm going with SmackDown and Raw, trying to compare.
It's way better.
This is why SmackDown has been beating Raw in the TV ratings, because yeah, it's a shorter show, but it's more unpredictable, better talent, I think, and just Shane McMahon does a better job than Stephanie ever could.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So the other news I wanted to talk about was Shelton Benjamin. About a year ago, it was supposed to be on SmackDown Live. He got hurt, but apparently his contract, he said on Twitter, was never signed. But there is talk about him maybe signing now that he's been better in wrestling independent.
About time,
I cannot wait to see the gold standard back on WWE.
It'd be nice.
So, moving on, let's talk a little TNA real quick. Your boy EC3 finally won another title.
Oh, which one this time?
He won the Grand Championship.
Oh, right on.
So he is heel right now. So, but I know how much you're a huge fan of EC3.
I am. Guy's real talented.
So it's pretty funny how he was in NXT developmental and was nothing great. Went to TNA and they gave him a shot, and he is a real good talent.
What happens when you give shots to guys? They take it, but either they take it or they don't.
Yep.
And EC3 took it.
In 2 weeks, TNA will have Destination X, one of my favorite pay-per-views, but it will be on.
Good pay-per-view.
It'll be on Pop Channel to watch. Couple matches are Sanjay Dutt versus Trevor Lee in a ladder match for the X Division title.
Okay.
You put X Division guys in a ladder, it's going to be an amazing match. You have one I'm looking forward to, Matt Sydal. People also know him as Evan Bourne.
Yep.
Versus Bobby Lashley. So you got a cruiserweight versus a heavyweight. Winner gets to choose any title that they want to go up against. Will Matt Sydal go after the world title if he wins, or will he say, no, I want X Division?
Depends how bad he wants to be in the business. If he wants to be in the business, he'll go after the heavyweight.
My other thing is Destination X. What has been a big thing with Destination X? It's Option C that Austin Aries developed.
Yep.
I don't think they're going to do it this year. Now with TNA going to this new
Different direction.
different direction.
Yep.
which really upsets me. I loved watching Option C handing in the X Division title and going after the world title.
It was a good option, but I mean, maybe breaking cycle, doing something new,
Yep.
keeping that same direction they're going, it might build the company better.
Last thing, remember I told you about the new member of LAX was Alberto El Patron, and now he said no, and he's fighting LAX?
Yeah.
Conan said there is, though, a new member, and it was revealed to be Loki. Loki is now in the LAX.
Really?
Yes. Does this solidify LAX as being one of the greatest factions ever?
No.
No?
Not really.
It kind of surprised me. I'm like, I was waiting for a heavyweight, not another X Division guy. LAX is literally all X Division guys.
Yeah.
So it's like, I wanted to see that heavyweight. Like, I really wanted Hernandez to come back.
Right. That would have been nice.
So, that's TNA. A little bit about Lucha again. Cueto Cup. We're in the final 6 competitors. It's been great. I love it because I always tell you, it reminds me of King of the Ring.
Yeah.
Also in 2 weeks, finally get to see it. Rey Mysterio versus Johnny Mundo for the world title.
About time, right?
Gonna be a great match. This is actually gonna be the 3rd time they've ever fought each other all around the world. So this is the grudge match.
Right.
The other thing was, I told you a couple days ago about Rey Mysterio's son being at Lucha Underground.
Yep.
The kid is jacked. Last time I saw him, he was an 10-year-old boy. He took a headshot from Johnny Mundo with the title belt. So I'm thinking, is this a sign of saying his son's training to be in the business? Or did he just, okay, yeah, I can train to take the headshot?
He'll probably come back as a wrestler.
All right, we'll see. So,
Now, was he wearing a mask?
no.
No mask.
No mask or anything. Trying to remember the last thing. Oh, SummerSlam, of course.
Of course, SummerSlam.
We're not going to talk about much of it because the next show will be a SummerSlam review.
Right.
But matches announced right now. Let me just go through them and you tell me one you're looking forward to out of these. You have the New Day versus the Usos, tag titles. You obviously have the Fatal 4-Way we talked about.
Yep.
You have Shinsuke versus Jinder. We talked about that. AJ versus Kevin Owens with Shane. Orton versus Rusev. Naomi versus Natalya. Alexa Bliss versus Bayley. And Neville versus Tozawa.
It's tough. I think the one of the Shane McMahon is going to be a good match.
Yeah, you'll be very surprised with mine. Yes, I want to see the AJ and Kevin Owens match, but I want to see the Naomi versus Natalya.
Really?
Because Naomi, we already know, is very talented, and Natalya is too. Finally, we're going to get 2 of the best women wrestlers in the business going at it.
It should be a good match.
So, but we'll talk about more about that later on down the road.
Absolutely.
Then that's what did I say, 2 weeks away. So we're good with that. Other than that, unless I'm missing anything in my wrestling notes, we're good.
All right. Do you want to do the box office heroes right now?
Might as well. That's my favorite thing to talk about.
All right. So let's kick off the box office heroes. This is a little different because it's Sunday. So I pulled the numbers from Saturday night.
Yes, because
So it did not add today's numbers at all.
So I might have mine wrong because there were 2 great movies that came out this past Friday and are on my list because they were predicted to be very good box office heroes.
So we're looking at closing numbers for Friday and half of Saturday. Because we didn't get the closing Saturdays because, well, when I did the numbers, LA side still was pulling in numbers. So it's not the full ones, but it's a good rough idea of what the numbers will be.
Well, hopefully they did great enough just to make it in a couple days. But I'm going number 3. It's been out for 2 weeks. I talk about it all the time. The kids love the animations. The animations seem the last couple of years to be doing well. The Emoji Movie.
Okay.
Which I kind of want to see a little bit of it because it looks more, yes, it's a kid movie, but I think it's more adult funny too for some of the jokes. For instance, one of the jokes is they're in a bathroom and the poop emojis come out and they're cheering, "We're number 2, we're number 2,"
awful.
which is kind of funny, I thought. So I'm going Emoji Movie number 3. Number 2, I'm going with Detroit.
Okay.
And number 1, The Dark Tower, which The Dark Tower before it came out was getting great reviews. So who knows? So that's 3, 2, and 1 right there.
We get 2 out of 3 right.
I'll take it.
3 is Emoji Movie
Okay.
with only $3 million.
It's been out for 2 weeks though. That's why.
Dunkirk came in second.
I wanted to put Dunkirk, but it's
still in there.
It's been out, and being the fact Detroit and The Dark Tower were supposed to have great reviews, I had to go. But Dunkrit, maybe a week or two ago, was actually the #1 movie in the world. So.
And then number 1 was The Dark Tower.
Okay, I'll take it.
I'm not surprised Emoji Movie came on list at all.
Okay.
Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 7% rating.
Ooh.
That's terrible. It's one of the worst rated movies ever. All the reviews on it was pretty much saying it was a crap movie. It was a giant film to advertise apps,
Okay.
and they're saying it's a terrible movie.
Well, when you watch the trailer for it, it shows a lot of. I think they're trying to push more humor than you want to see in a movie.
The biggest problem with the movie is that there was no plot line.
Yeah.
It was nothing. There's nothing there to grasp on.
You know what this movie reminded me of? Do you remember a movie called Osmosis Jones?
Yeah.
That's what it kind of, I think they wanted to push
loved
towards.
Osmosis
And I did
Jones.
too. I love the movie and I love the TV series.
Yeah.
I think that's what they were trying to push towards. Because you got the kid with his phone and the emojis are on the phone. That's what I think was trying to push towards.
Yeah, Osmosis Jones was live action and animated together.
This is true. Well, then could you say maybe they push towards a Wreck-It Ralph almost, where you have the guys in the video game and you have the people that you rarely see on the outside.
It was like if they took the movie The Stupid and made it animated. It was that. You ever seen The Stupid?
Never.
That Tom Arnold movie?
It sounds like a stupid movie.
It was like a 4% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. It had no plot at all. It was Tom Arnold's worst movie ever. There was just nothing about it.
Yeah.
And that's what the Emoji Movie was.
All right.
There's nothing about it.
What was Dunkrit was #2 on there. I haven't seen it yet, but it's based off something that happened in history. I forgot. Like
It was
in
World War II, I think.
Yeah. I want to talk a little the Dark Tower though.
Yep.
Trailers for this movie look amazing. You have Matthew McConaughey who's playing a villain,
Yep.
and Idris Elba as the
You know
the
what this
hero.
movie rated on Rotten Tomatoes? They gave it 12%.
Really?
They said it was a crap movie too.
Wow.
Which I'm surprised why it's #1. I mean, it was a crap movie.
Well, like I said, the trailers for this movie and the predictions were supposed to be outrageous. They were supposed to be amazing. So,
But, you know, I mean, it was a Stephen King movie that came off one of his books. You
Yep.
know, so it's kind of hard to take one of his books and make it a good movie like that.
yeah. So, what did the Dark Tower make though at #1?
Only 7.7 mil.
Yeah, but for a day and a half,
Yeah.
I'd still take it. I'd
Yeah.
like to see on our next show talking about the Dark Tower.
All right.
See what the numbers are.
Yeah.
Because that'll be a good month or so
check it out.
that it'll be out.
So I think after the end of today being a Sunday, I could see Emoji Movie getting kicked out, and movies like Kidnap or Girls Trip going into the number
It's going to
3
be
spot.
interesting to see the box office heroes for the next couple months, because we talk about when the different seasons of movies. Obviously, we have our winter, spring, summer, and fall movies to watch.
Yeah.
And you get that certain amount of when to go see movies. We're now transitioning into the fall, and the movies really are kind of movies. You're not
Yeah.
going to get good movies until come November.
They're not super exciting right now.
You won't get them till November, where you have like Justice League and Thor 3, stuff like that, because you're now starting to move towards that set where you start going downhill with movies.
Yeah.
And then when spring comes along, that's when everything's going to start to heat back up. So.
But I mean, that's the box office heroes for now. I might actually post the actual winners tonight on our Facebook, maybe.
After we get another day in?
After I get the numbers in, I might post them on Monday, maybe.
Yep.
See what we do. So we want to do some. What do you want to do now?
Well, we got some TV talk. Not much. I always say when we talk about obviously the different seasons, when to see movies,
Yep.
it's also the same with TV. You have the fall is the best time to watch TV. That's when everything comes back. Then you have winter, that's when they take their mid-season finale breaks.
Yep.
Things come back in the spring. The summer is the worst time to watch TV, which makes sense because it's beautiful out. What do you want to stay inside and watch TV
Yeah.
for? There's so much going on. So the summer, there literally is nothing on to watch.
Right.
But we still have a little bit to talk about because there are things, fall is around the corner, there are things to talk about. One of the things I told you about I wanted to mention was Seth MacFarlane's new TV show called The Orville. It's going to be on Fox this September.
Which we know it's not going to last because it's on Fox.
Well, it's on one of the big networks. Shows don't usually last on the big networks.
Nothing lasts on Fox. face.
Unless it's The Simpsons or Family Guy. The thing with this movie is it's a spoof, which people out there in the TV world, if you don't know what a spoof is, it's making fun of another TV show. And it's a spoof on Star Trek. The ship looks just like the Enterprise. The crew is dressed up like everyone in the Enterprise.
Do you know what this show reminds me a lot of?
So it reminds me of Star Trek.
You ever seen Galaxy Quest?
I love Galaxy Quest with Tim Allen.
With Tim Allen. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of that.
Which was another spoof of Star Trek.
Yep.
But it was a successful spoof.
It was. It was a good movie.
What are your thoughts, though, on the show? The trailers make it look hilarious.
From the trailers I've seen, I'm actually excited about seeing this movie.
It could last because it's a Seth MacFarlane production.
Yeah.
I mean, Seth MacFarlane is producer on and helped create Family Guy, which is going on almost 20 years now.
Yep.
So, could be successful. He also did the Ted movies, which were successful.
Yeah.
A Million Ways to Die in the West, which was successful.
Yeah.
So,
him acting in a TV series, this is going to be good stuff. I can't wait.
yeah, usually it's just voices.
Yeah.
Have you seen A Million Ways to Die in the West?
I've not. I want to, though.
He was the main character in that, and he did a really good job, really funny job.
The guy's real talented.
The other thing to talk about with TV Talk you wanted to talk about, because on Netflix, you were able to watch Gotham, start watching more on Gotham.
Yeah.
This is the one thing you really wanted to talk about, because you wanted to get your frustrations out on Gotham.
I mean, we're starting season 5
It's a good thing Paul's not here, because he is obsessed with this show, and I remember when we talked about it, he hadn't caught up yet. So
he had to leave the room.
Hopefully, if he watches this later, he's all caught up, because I'm sorry, but it's been long enough.
But I mean, Gotham, season 5 coming up. This show was coming out advertised as the story of Jim Gordon.
Yes.
And I wanted to see the story of Jim Gordon. But it seems like after end of season 2, middle of season 3, we kind of no one's really watching Gotham for Jim Gordon.
It's the developmental
Let's
of
focus
Batman.
on Bruce Wayne now.
Yes.
And it's I don't want to do that. You know, I hate that. Let's focus more on Jim Gordon. It's about him, not Bruce Wayne's story. You want a Bruce Wayne story? Make a Bruce Wayne show. That's fine. Let's do that. Don't focus what we should have been started on with Jim Gordon to something else.
My problem with the whole Batman development, because I enjoy the TV show. Yes, they're moving towards more Batman stuff.
I mean, in season 1, wasn't Bruce Wayne 8 years old?
Something like that, maybe 10.
Yeah.
My thing is, I still enjoy the storyline. Okay, it's still a good show to watch. The problem is now with the more developmental of Batman is every story we've ever seen with Batman, when he goes to train with the League of Assassins and Ra's al Ghul and become Batman, he is in his 20s.
Yes.
He's a full-grown adult.
Yep.
He is 15, 16 now. He's already met Ra's al Ghul.
That's crazy.
He is now not with a Batman suit, but with a cape and everything like that, and a face mask, all in dark, jumping off buildings. So he's training to be Batman now at 15 years old.
So between season 1 and season 4, there's a huge time gap, huh?
Well, that's the thing. I don't really know how old he was supposed to be in season 1. So usually when you get an actor to play a role, usually they're playing a role where they're a handful of years behind their actual age.
Yeah.
So in real life, I think he is about 16, 17 years old right now. So playing around a 15-year-old, I can understand. What are the other big things you don't like about this is, besides the whole changing from Jim Gordon to Batman, is the developmental of the villains. We have seen a handful of villains.
All Batman villains almost.
We have seen the Joker, Riddler, Penguin.
Have we seen Clayface yet?
I don't think so.
That's good. And I doubt they're gonna do a Man-Bat.
No, and then we got the League of Owls, the Court of Owls this past season, which was nice. So we got his clone, who we saw in one of the animation movies.
Yeah.
His technically brother.
Yep.
My big thing is, I said this, they killed Butch in the season finale. Barbara Gordon shot him in the head. He doesn't die in the hospital, and you find out his real name is Cyrus Gold, aka Solomon Grundy.
Right.
My thing is, they're probably going to develop more Solomon Grundy now, because yes, he did get shot in the head. Now he's in the hospital. Maybe he starts developing into Solomon Grundy.
Yeah.
Which is a huge character.
It's a huge character for Superman.
Yep. This is true.
But whatever. We'll just ignore that part.
Oh, the other thing I meant to tell you too. I forget her name, who plays Catwoman, the character's name in the show, but she gets her whip at the season finale.
Oh, really? Fantastic.
So I mean, there are these little things. You got Penguin getting his club. I forgot what it's called. And the centerpiece I told you was Riddler in ice.
Which is awesome.
So you got Pyro, you've got Mr. Freeze. But is there anything you want to still rant about this show? I mean,
no. I'm gonna watch it over again, see if I feel anything different.
Like I told you too, it's coming up again. One other show you need to catch up on is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Because the Ghost Rider season was one of the best seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
It should be on Netflix by now, huh?
Well, everything else seems like.
Yeah.
But Ghost Rider, literally everyone said this past season was the best season to watch out of all 4 seasons.
Right.
So you should enjoy that.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Let's see if anything else. We can probably jump to the main event, huh?
Yes. We had trouble with this.
We did. We had a lot of trouble with this.
Trying to figure out a main event for the show. I like to go ahead and write everything down. I have a list of every show we've ever done.
Yeah.
And I try to get things set up for future shows. And we have this one gap that, because nothing's going on, summer is so hard to figure out.
It's a very slow part right now.
So,
and I wanted to make sure that this main event, doing it at Field Days, was kind of special.
Yeah.
I think we did a good job.
Last night, having a few drinks, things start rolling off the tongue.
Yep.
And we're just sitting there talking about CW, because this October, CW has all the great shows coming back. We mainly talk about, we have in the checklist the Flarrowverse, all the CW DC shows.
Which is half the show.
Thing is, the CW isn't just DC related.
No.
There are other great shows that have made a run.
Fantastic show.
So we thought, why not talk about all those other shows too, along with DC?
Yeah.
And it is coming up too. My one thing is, what I was talking about is I kept giving you an over and under.
Yeah.
Like it started with Smallville. Smallville lasted 10 seasons. That's great for a TV show, 10 years.
Fantastic.
So I gave you the over-under. Arrow is, out of the superhero shows, the next current longest. It's going on season 6. Over or under, 10 seasons. Will it go over? Will it go under? Or do you punch the button right at 10? My answer was under. Yours was over.
Yeah. I say that because when CW show gets going, they don't stop. When we get Smallville, 10. Supernatural now is going to go to 14, you know? So it could go to double digits.
Yeah.
Easy, I think.
I said under because I could see it ending with Oliver Queen and being rebranded as another show and developing around Roy Harper.
Maybe.
So, but so that's how it started.
Yep.
So, we have a list of great CW shows to talk about. What would you like to get it rolling with?
We'll start the Flarrowverse and do the other shows after.
That's it. We already started talking about Arrow.
Arrow. So, as we know right now, let's talk quickly about Flash. Grant Gustin does have a 7-season contract with the company.
Yes.
So, assuming that, with same thing as Steve Amell, 7-season contract, we know the show is going to at least go 7 seasons.
Yep.
The question is, does he re-sign for another 4 seasons? Or some odd? I would say yes.
I would hope.
I think he would continue going.
I would hope so. But a lot of fans actually are getting irritated and think the Flash needs to recast and have a new Flash. I don't know why. Grant Gustin is such an amazing Flash. He's got the nerdy look, and he pulls the character of the Flash so well.
Part of the problem is that people aren't patient. They already want to get rid of Peter Parker.
As we say, not true fans.
Yes. They already want to get rid of Peter Parker and go to Miles Morales real fast. Well, no. Slow down. Let's work on the storyline. Build up to it. Because when Miles Morales does come into the MCU, it's going to be that much special. Same thing with the CW network and all the Arrowverse.
I think what it is they want more Wally West than Barry Allen. So maybe we pushed Wally West coming into the Flarrowverse too soon?
It is possible. But he is still training, and I think he will get his time. And I think you're going to see his time in season 4.
My thing is I want to see a new villain besides the Speedster.
Yep.
That is what we have been told we're going to get. maybe we had too many speedsters all at once.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at it, we've had Reverse Flash, we've had Zoom, we have The Flash, we have Kid Flash, we have Savitar, we have Jesse Quick. What's that? 5 or 6 Flashes already? Wait. We've got we got Jay Garrick.
Yep.
And then we have now on Earth 19 the speedster that we don't know yet, but he was wearing like rags.
Which may mean nothing.
Which is the Purple Flash.
Which may mean nothing.
I heard it's going to be something.
Well, it might be, but it may mean nothing too.
Yeah.
You know,
and then we have the Speed Force, for crying out loud. What's going to pop out of the Speed Force?
But Arrow, I see it going at least 10.
Okay.
I mean, already, season 6 is about to come out. They're already in development for season 7. So I mean, season 6 is going to be phenomenal. If they're already in talks and writing scripts for season 7, you know something big is going to happen.
With Flash, so you went over with Flash 10?
I think Flash and Arrow are going to go the same length.
I have again under.
Yeah?
My problem with TV is things get canceled way too early. That's the thing. Yeah, it's the CW. CW does a great job with its shows, but I'm still nervous that it's going to get canceled.
They cancel a lot of shows. They don't really do a lot of canceling.
I feel like the storyline is going to get dull quicker than later.
And that was my problem when they brought in Captain Cold, and they took Captain Cold a different direction.
Where they made him a good guy instead of a villain?
Yeah, and they killed him off in the universe. Captain Cold and Flash has a huge rivalry in the comics, and I thought they could have done a lot more with him. Mm-hmm. Same with Mirror Master. They didn't really do much with Mirror Master.
Well, it's the same with...
Well, they could have done some more stuff.
It's the same with Killer Frost being a superhero now instead of a villain.
Yep.
Granted, it's a different universe. DC has multi-universes, but everyone knows the universe with Killer Frost being obviously the name Killer Frost, a villain.
Yeah.
So
I'm hoping they're picking up somehow. And that's what I like about the Flarrowverse, because there's 4 different shows interweaving. Then you have that one show, Legends of Tomorrow, that could change everything.
Mm-hmm. Legends of Tomorrow. So over or under, I don't want to go 10 seasons with that because the next 2, which is Legends of Tomorrow and Supergirl, they're still really in development. They've only had 2 full seasons.
Yeah.
So we're going to go half the 10, so 5. Under 5, over 5, or pushing it right there at 5.
For what show?
Legends of Tomorrow.
I see 5, possible 6.
I'm pushing it at 5. I don't see it going higher or lower.
Yeah.
The problem is when you start talking more about past and present and all that, how much more can you do with changing time and...
Exactly.
I mean, in the first 2 seasons, they've literally done all the big things in time.
Yeah.
So now you really got to figure, okay, can we go to... Now we're going to do more with maybe with the future?
Right.
Because you can write whatever you want for the future.
Yeah.
Also... Are we going to get Rip Hunter? I want to see more. What's going to happen with Rip Hunter?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah. And I like to see Booster Gold come to the show, too. Honestly.
Which I've heard is going to happen this season.
I like to see Booster Gold come to the show real fast.
What was it? There was the talk about the Miz playing Booster Gold?
Yeah, there was.
Which is fine because he's got that cockiness with him.
Oh, man, that'd be so fantastic. But yeah, Legend Tomorrow, I mean, if you think about it, though, Doctor Who is a time-traveling show where he goes back and forth through time as many times as he wants. So they could do something like that with the Legends.
Yep.
But I don't see them being that complex with it. So I see him going 5, maybe 6.
My guy, where you say you want to see Booster Gold, I want to see, I think it's Dr. Fate with the helmet.
Because we've already seen the helmet.
We've seen the helmet in Rip Hunter's his office.
Yeah.
We've seen it in like 2 or 3 episodes.
Yep.
I want to see that come into effect.
Yeah.
We could see it soon.
We could.
Where do you see the Legends of Tomorrow happening? So at the season finale, it's where they ripped through space and time, and now everything from the past and present has now come
Mashed
together.
yeah.
Where do you have a thought where it's going?
Not yet.
Or are we going to get any more Legion of Doom? Or was that a one-time thing?
What I've heard, the Legends are taking on Gorilla Grodd as a villain.
Okay.
And Damien Dark is coming back.
Which I love Damien Dark as a villain.
Damien Dark was amazing, yeah.
So
keep him going.
I forgot, who's the guy who plays Damien Dark again? The actor? Remember his name?
Neil McDowell.
Yeah. Amazing villain.
If you ever watch his work, man, he does the villain everything he does. the guy is just cut so phenomenal.
Exactly. One of my favorites, Walking Tall.
Yeah.
As a villain.
He's fantastic in that.
So I love the fact that he plays a good character in the Flarrowverse.
Yeah.
Moving on to Supergirl, your least favorite out of the DC TV shows.
Yeah.
We're at 5. Over, under, pushing it. Under it?
Under. Actually, right now they're pushing it with season 3.
With season 3? I gave it till season 4. When it moved from CBS season 1 to season 2 in CW, everyone said CW is saving Supergirl. Because for one, it's on CBS, it'll probably get canceled sooner than later. And everyone thought now giving CW the reins, it would be so much better.
Yeah.
The problem was, I loved season 1. It was awesome. Season 2, half the episodes I liked, half of them I didn't. So the storyline was literally up and down every week.
With this being the second season of Supergirl being on the CW, this is the make it or break it season.
Yep.
This is going to be it.
I feel like they have to do a lot more with the Superman character now in Supergirl.
Oh, you introduced him?
You introduced it. It has to happen more than just 2 episodes for like 10 minutes in each episode.
Yeah. Because that guy's proven to be an amazing Superman.
Yep.
And I think he's better than whatever his name is from the Justice League stuff. What's his name? What are you talking about? Superman that's in the new movies.
Oh, Henry Cavill.
Yeah, Henry Cavill. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah.
My thing is I want to see Miss Martian come back more. She came back for the season finale.
Did you dig her character, though?
What I don't dig is the relationship. Her and John Jones are having a more romantic relationship, where everything we know is that he's older than her and he takes her on as like a daughter almost. And I thought that's what's a niece, yeah. So same thing as like
Uncle
a daughter.
John, you know?
Where it seemed like they were going to do that in the beginning, and then it started becoming a love romantic thing.
Yeah, which is
I don't like that.
Not a direction they want to go.
I want to see more. I've heard they're going to do a lot more with Mon-El's character, because he goes into a warp hole in the comics, and he meets Brainiac in the wormhole. So we may see Brainiac in the seasons to come. Brainiac is a great Superman world kind of character.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they've mentioned the Brainiac clan already from Kryptonite.
Yep.
Not from Kryptonite, Krypton. And I want to see them bring back Red Tornado. He was in 1 episode in season 1.
Yeah, how lame was that, huh?
I was really excited when I saw Red Tornado.
Yeah.
So Supergirl has a lot of work to do.
A lot.
Your biggest pet peeve was Alex Danvers. The whole character, you loved it in season 1, and it's gone downhill.
I didn't like the new character development they did with her.
Yep.
I mean, it would have been fine if they did it better than what they did.
Yep.
It was just done sloppily.
I also want to see more of Dean Cain's character coming back, their father.
Yep.
Dean Cain is an amazing actor, and I want to see more of him. Mm-hmm. And I think it's that nice touch, him being, to me, the best Superman ever.
Yep, absolutely.
Coming back into a Supergirl TV show. So, I give it till season 4, though.
Yeah.
It's just...
I don't see it lasting
exactly.
much longer.
Moving on out of DC TV, we have
But we will stick with the comic stuff. We'll go with Riverdale.
This is what you need to talk about the most. I know a little bit about Riverdale. I never got to watch it, but if I'm correct, it's based more on the Archie comics.
It is Archie comics, yeah.
Okay, so why don't you explain Riverdale a little bit? It just finished season 1.
It just finished. It was a great season, Andy. I'm telling you. If you get a chance, watch it. It's really good. It does base around Archie, Jughead, Victoria, Betty.
Now, my thing is, I've heard that it was only supposed to be a 1-season thing.
Yeah, but they picked up for season 2.
They did.
They did.
So they didn't leave it on a cliffhanger or anything like that, or did it just...
Yeah, they did. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Because that's what I hate. If you're going to leave something on a cliffhanger, you need to have another season. Don't leave it on cliffhangers. I hate that so much.
So to describe the show, it is more like a Scooby-Doo kind of thing.
Okay.
These high school kids, they are trying to solve the murder of their fellow classmate. Okay? And everybody in the town is a suspect. But then you have the side stories that go along with it.
Yep.
You know, so if you know who the Spouse Brothers are from Zack and Cody, Disney show.
Yeah.
Dylan Sprouse is in this show.
Nice.
And he plays Jughead. I'm telling you, that guy nailed it.
Yeah.
He did such a great job.
Now, does he still remind you though too much when you see it, like you're watching a Zack and Cody kind of thing?
No, he
gets out of that Zack and Cody
gets
mode.
out of that, and he just does a fantastic job with this show.
Nice.
And his Jughead impersonation is spot on.
I'm glad he's on something different, because you usually, if you're attached to those Disney shows as a kid, your career sometimes doesn't go off to something better.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I mean, his brother Cole is doing nothing. He actually was a waiter at a restaurant.
Yep.
By his own choice, if he wanted to. But I guess he picked up a indie movie. So he's an independent movie coming up.
Okay. So,
but again, though, it is a great show. I don't see it going anywhere past 5 seasons.
So
not by being canceled, just by they just don't need to.
Well, the thing is, I mean, if it's based off an Archie thing, I mean, Archie comics has been going on for what, 50, 60 years?
Yeah.
You could do something where, now is there a character by the name of Archie?
Archie's the main character, yeah.
Okay, so I mean, they could do something and then...
Josie Pussycat's in it too, which is fantastic.
So you could do something, being the fact in Archie comics, they just killed off Archie after how many years of being a kid for 60-something years.
Yeah.
You could do something where you do a couple seasons and then end it with Archie's death.
Because they are going, I want to say they're sophomore or juniors in high school right now.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you could play that character for how long?
So they could go up through high school. Archie is trying to get weed off of playing football and going to his music career more.
Yeah.
So it's just so many directions they could go with this show.
Yeah.
But with it being the first season, being all about the murder mystery, what are they going to do with season 2?
Yeah. Because, like how I'm saying Archie's been a kid in the comics for 60 years.
Yeah.
And just look at The Simpsons. Bart and Lisa have been 8 and 10 for 30 years.
Yeah. But I mean, the direction they're going is that Jughead, at the end of season 1, joins the Serpents, which is a biker gang from the west side of the tracks.
Yeah.
The bad side,
Well, there we go.
And his Jughead's father was like the leader of the Serpents.
Yeah.
He goes to jail for conspiracy, and the gang makes Jughead the new leader.
Yeah. Like I said, I saw the trailer. It looked good. I just never got a chance to watch it.
I
gotta watch it.
Suggest this show.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
There you go. 5 seasons for Riverdale.
Yep.
Moving on.
You want to talk about 100?
I would love to talk about the 100.
That's it.
I'm telling you, you need to watch this show. Based off another comic. CW loves basing off comics.
Yep.
They just ended season 4. And if you love the nuclear apocalypse shows, this is the one to watch. The Earth gets taken over by nuclear apocalypse, basically. Mm-hmm. They live in space for 100 years. Now they come back down to Earth, fighting the people who have survived years on Earth through the nuclear stuff.
Yep.
And it's funny because they've been lasting however long these last 4 seasons on Earth fighting each other. And it ends, I haven't watched all of season 4 yet, but the newest thing they fought in season 4 was a nuclear cloud.
Right.
Like a giant nuclear power plant exploded, and it's making its way from one side of the Earth to the other. So nothing like you're surviving all these people trying to kill you, now you gotta survive a death cloud.
Right.
So the 100 though, it's great. It's got the action, it's got the death, it's got the love story, it's got everything you want for a good TV show. Mm-hmm. Going into season 5, so obviously it's not under 5 seasons.
Right.
I'm not gonna push it at 5. It gets great ratings. It comes on usually during the mid-season finale of the DC shows, so that it has a good spot in the lineup because you just got over the DC shows, but now you have something else better to watch too.
Right.
Instead of going and having competitions with Flash and Arrow and stuff. So it usually comes back in like January. And if I'm going to give it a number, I'm going to give it 7 seasons.
7 seasons?
I think it's going to have another 2 or 3 more seasons.
That's a good number. I mean, 7, 8 seasons is a good average for a TV show. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so.
Especially one they didn't think was going to get over 3 seasons.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I highly recommend you need to watch this show.
I might check it out.
And I think, didn't Netflix say you have a 98%
chance of liking
it? So, yeah. Moving on.
iZombie, I don't really watch this.
You
one
haven't
too
watched
much.
this either. I want to say it's, again, based off a comic. Season 1 was amazing. It's based off this girl, she's a doctor. She goes on a party boat, and this drug that's being passed around basically kills you and turns you into a zombie. So it
Fantastic.
kills the drug dealer. He becomes a zombie, and he starts eating and turning all the people on the boat into zombies, and he bites her. The police show up because there's all these bodies on the beach and everything. She's actually in the black bag zipped up, and she sits up, unzips herself, and walks away. Everyone's like, where'd the body go?
Wow.
She doesn't realize she's a zombie until like the end of the episode kind of thing. She's trying to wonder why she has this craving for brains and all this stuff. What's funny is when she eats, she ends up leaving her job as a doctor because can't really work in a hospital as a zombie.
Yeah, right?
And becomes a coroner's assistant. So all the dead bodies, she can eat the brains. The funny thing is, she has to help the detective solve the murder mysteries to these people. So what she does is she eats the brains of the people that got murdered to help solve the mysteries.
The gimmick is that she eats it
And becomes
then
the person.
she becomes it, or she just gets the memories.
She gets memories, and she also takes on the attributes of that person.
Okay.
So like if you're a person that's got wicked OCD, that happens. If you're someone who is a punk rock fan,
Right.
and
She becomes a rocker?
Exactly.
Okay. That's a good gimmick.
What I liked is it kind of reminded me of a little bit of Psych, solving the murder mystery kind of things.
Yep.
Him using his psychic abilities and all that stuff, kind of. So it reminded me a little bit about that. Season 1, amazing. Season 2, not as good, but still good, because she broke up with her fiance in it in season 1. He then finds out she's a zombie. He becomes a zombie sometimes.
Sometimes?
Well, because they're trying to find a cure. So they found a cure for him, but they didn't have enough to give to her.
Oh.
So after season 2, everybody now in the city knows about zombies because there were like hundreds of zombies that popped
But it's not
up.
like the Walking Dead zombies?
No, it's like World War Z zombies, where they can run like 100 miles an hour and have super strength.
Awesome.
So season 3 I haven't watched yet. I watched one episode and I couldn't get into it. So now the fact that everybody knows about zombies, I think it's starting to go downhill.
Does that slow down a little bit?
So I think the next season may be the last season, which will be season 4.
Okay.
So I don't give it much longer. It's losing that credibility where you liked it, where it was a mystery that she's a zombie and stuff like that. But now that everybody knows about it,
I wonder if they could bring it back by curing her of the zombiness for like half a season, and then find out that she needs to be a zombie.
well, apparently
to
from
help.
what I've seen in season 3, the detective who she works with, they're partnered up again, and they have a zombie crime fighting force. so it's not like you're really solving mystery kind
So
of
this is
things.
a goofy show then.
It is. It's funny, but it's still got some thrill in it.
Okay.
At least in season 1 and 2.
Fantastic.
So we'll see where season 3, after I get done watching it, what happens, and we'll see where it's going to go with season 4, or if it even happens.
right.
So, there was one I haven't seen though on this list that I think
I haven't
you
seen
have.
this one either.
Oh no! There was. Did you want to do Supernatural, or do you want to leave that for last?
Let's do Supernatural for last.
Okay, because that's
All
you really are into this show.
I love Supernatural. The next show I'm going to talk about quickly, though, I'm only bringing it up. I've never seen it. You've never seen it. I'm bringing it up because they actually won a Globe Award.
Yes.
My crazy ex-girlfriend, Rachel Bloom, won the award. She, what I've heard, is incredible in this show. Because it's a musical. You know, I hear it's a musical show.
Yep.
She's wicked funny. She's sweet. And I guess this show has got a lot of heart. Is it going to last much longer? From what I've heard of the show, there's not much of a gimmick to keep the show running.
Maybe one or two more seasons if it's
Maybe
lucky.
1 or 2 more seasons. I mean, there's just not a whole lot of meat there to keep a storyline.
So basically what we're telling everybody out there in Nerdland, if you watch the show, leave us a comment on YouTube or Facebook. What do you think of My Crazy Ex-Girlfriend? Because we've never watched it.
Yeah.
A couple other shows, just quickly to mention, were, what is it, The Vampire Diaries, I think is what it's called?
Yep. They already announced their final season.
Okay.
So they're done.
I don't know how long that's been going on, but it seems like forever.
7 seasons, I think?
Which is good.
Yep.
Rain, which I've always wanted to watch, but I haven't had time to watch
I
it.
want to say they announced their final season too.
Yep. And The Originals
Yes.
is something you wanted to watch.
I
think.
watched the first episode of Originals. It just didn't catch me, you know?
Yep.
So I may watch the second episode, see if it does after 2 episodes. But I wasn't a big fan of it. I mean, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
You know, the original is about the original vampire, the original witch, the original werewolf.
So you're saying this isn't a Twilight thing where the vampires shine?
No, no sparkling in this
No
one.
sparkles.
But I don't know. It's a heavy drama show.
Yeah.
So
It's a lot of dark in
There
these CW shows. CW
Yeah.
likes to go dark.
they do.
Some of the others. But moving on to the last one, I've never watched a full episode of Supernatural.
And you are missing out.
I
on
remember
everything.
your first day watching it. It was just something to watch on TV, on Netflix or whatever.
Yeah.
And you've been a fan now for the last year or two.
Yeah, man. And Supernatural is a great show.
How far are you up into Supernatural?
I am on season 8, I believe.
So you're about 3/4 of the way there.
Yeah. Yep. But only because I'm watching on Netflix.
Okay.
Now, you know, so
Explain.
season 8. That might be further than that. I don't remember actually.
Okay. Well, explain a little bit about Supernatural.
All right, so Supernatural follows Dean and Sam Winchester.
Yep.
Their father was a hunter. He hunts demons, ghosts, witches, everything demonic, you know? So it follows that through that storyline of season 1 through 3. It's all about the man with the yellow eyes and the devil, which is fantastic. And what's great about the show, Andy, is Dean and Sam both die like 4 times.
Oh, jeez.
But they keep finding ways to get brought back to life.
Yeah.
You know? Then Castiel comes in later on, which is an angel who fights alongside them. The show should go on for 14 seasons, absolutely. They just keep getting more entertaining and entertaining as the seasons go on.
Yeah. My big thing is now I'm gonna give it a big number.
Okay.
Because I think this is the longest reigning show on CW. Now I'm saying CW combined. CW used to be a bunch of other.
Used to be the WB.
Yeah, it's been like 3 or 4 different things the channel's been called, but it's still that one core.
Yep.
This is, I believe, the longest running. I am going big on the over, under, or push it. I'm going 20 seasons
Oh, Supernatural?
of Supernatural. If this is going into what, season 14?
Well, they already announced that 14 it'll be their final season.
They did announce. Okay,
They
well, I
announced
mean,
14
then
will
there
be
you
their
go. I
final
mean,
season. But then they're going to do a spin-off episode, show after.
okay. So let's say if it was announced that 14 is, we'll then drop it, and I'll say 15 because shows can go on
They
longer.
can. They absolutely can.
So are you saying
They
that?
could get that huge viewer explosion in season 14 where
Yeah.
they might go.
So your thoughts? Is it going to end with 14, so it'll be under? Are you pushing it at 15, or will it go above 15?
I kind of hoping they kill it at 14.
Yep.
Yeah. There's not much more they can do with the show. They've done everything. They died like 5 times.
Which
each.
right now I gotta applaud it because shows today do not go 14 seasons. That's 14 years. It's a decade and a half.
It's not because of lack of fan base. It's the lack of storyline. You know, the writers understand that there's not much more we can do.
Yeah.
We should just end it.
Sure. There is one other show that we didn't write down that I'm just remembering. It is a brand new show. It is at season 0 right now because it
Oh,
hasn't
yeah.
aired.
Yes.
It does air for season 1, and that we talked about earlier on another episode. That's Black Lightning,
Yep.
which is introducing into the Flarrowverse. So
Kind of. He's not really supposed to be part of the universe
Yep.
at first. But the season 1's going to be crappy to where they're going to make season 2 about.
what I'm getting at is we're calling it. I'm going 3 seasons. Over, under, or push it at 3 seasons.
I say 3 seasons. If,
You say 3.
If.
Here we go. Here's the bombshell. 1 season and it's done.
They
I am
could cancel
canceling
one.
this show after 1 season.
It could. I could see. it
We have
cancel
seen
one.
one quick trailer of the show. It looks like crap. It has. I don't know where they're gonna go with it.
Nope.
I don't see it. The one I love is on the CW Seed, which is the animation of Vixen, which I wouldn't mind seeing a live action Vixen.
Right.
We've already seen her in a couple Arrow episodes. I wouldn't mind that. At least that character's already been evolved into the Flarrowverse.
Yeah.
So, just to finish it off quick, because I know we're probably running out of time here. CW announced there is going to be this year another crossover episode with the Flarrowverse.
Yes.
They mentioned that it won't be as long as the one before, because the one before stretched all 4 episodes, all 4 shows,
Let's be
which was a week.
serious about this.
Technically, it was 3.
Stretched 3 episodes.
It ended on Supergirl, and then the first episode
the last
of Flash.
2 minutes of Supergirl.
Exactly.
Started it.
So I see it just being on Flash and Arrow.
Yep.
Is where I see all the characters kind of coming together. Who the villain's going to be for that, I don't know. What I'm hoping is it's a villain that's already going on in the Flarrowverse. I don't want to see where the last crossover was just one episode. Oh, here's the aliens.
You know, there was talks that Batman was supposed to be in the Flarrowverse.
I'd love it.
This could be the introduction of Batman in the Flarrowverse with this crossover episode.
Could be, but
They want to do more Superman, and if they want to keep Superman out of Supergirl's universe, bring Superman over to this universe.
Which, like I said, I want to see a villain that's already in the Flarrowverse for the crossover. Whether it's Legion of Doom again, I don't know. Coming to do something, I don't know. We'll see. It'll probably happen towards the end of the first half.
It's got to be big enough that multiple heroes need to take them on.
Yeah, so.
It's got to be big enough.
Where CW is going in the future, I don't know.
To the top.
But it's going to be an exciting ride.
Yep.
So with that, though, we're running out of time.
I think we are.
As always, everyone, thanks for joining on another great live edition of Legend of the Nerds here at Field Days. Don't forget, watch this episode, every other episode on our YouTube and Facebook pages at Legends of the Nerds. Follow us on Twitter at KrillinMan. And we can't wait to do another episode we might be talking about on the next episode. We're finally going to get to watch Fast and Furious 8, hopefully.
Oh, that's going to be a good movie.
So hopefully we talk about that. We also have SummerSlam coming up. We'll talk about that on the next episode. But as always, thanks for watching. And remember, stay nerdy.